So bookkeepers versus tax preparers. What we do that's kind of similar and what we do that's kind of different. So maybe Jace can take this one.
Okay, so number one, the bookkeeper is usually way more regular. So on a monthly basis, they'll be interacting with the client, whereas a tax preparer, they may come in only at the end of the year to look at the books, and they won't be as familiar with the books as a bookkeeper will. So a bookkeeper will know the books back to front because they entered all the data. The tax preparer will usually come in and say, oh, we might want to move this line, we might want to move these expenses to this item. And yeah, that, but it doesn't mean that they're less important or they won't know the customer as much, because when it comes to filling out the tax return, they'll know, okay, this item we can't really put in this line. Well, that's why we need to move it here. Number two, with HST returns. So the bookkeeper and the tax preparer can file this, but most of the time it's going to be the bookkeeper filing the HST return. Unless, of course, it's, like it's a small sole prop client, they have a small amount of HST, then they may not even have bookkeeping. The tax preparer will just compile the books, a very basic set of books, as well as file the HST return. When it comes to the tax returns themselves, the tax preparer or the accountant will usually file this. Now, the difference between a tax preparer and a CPA is essentially a designation and differences in training. So a tax preparer will mainly be skilled in, especially when it comes to enrolled agents, like tax law and how to actually fill out the crux of a tax return. And an accountant may be really well trained in GAAP accounting, and so they'll understand the theory and the premise of accounting so much more, but they may not be able to fill out a tax return more. But that's not, exclusive. Like they both have their strengths and their weaknesses. And when people go to get their tax returns done, I just recommend go with somebody that you trust. It doesn't matter about whether or not they're a CPA, or it doesn't matter if they're really hyper skilled tax preparer. Just go with someone that you're comfortable with.
And also with this,